God damn, it's hot today. Holy moly. But well, welcome guys. Bundle of sweat sitting here. And today I'll be looking at, or I'm gonna be telling you, which are the best 1812 countries. First of all, before I say anything, please, I just started Discord. I told you in the last video, but it didn't get so many views, so people didn't see it enough, I guess. I'll put the link to my Discord in the description. Everybody's welcome. I'm just there for chatting and talking and, I don't know, blubbering around. Just normal Discords, obviously. And yeah, I hope you join. Now, before I get into this game a lot, I'll be telling you that the 1812 conquest is not for beginners. I would not advise it at all if you're a beginner in the game or just right started and have like low generals, because my god, it's hard. It's really hard. And yeah, I would maybe there's some there are like 1-2 countries that you can play even as a beginner, but otherwise play the 1798, play the 1806, but don't touch the 1812 yet. You don't need those medals so urgently. You can first of all play the other conquests, and if you need medals and gold very urgently, just grind the Netherlands in 1798. It's very easy. Do it and done in 50 minutes. Anyway, still some general tips before I get into the specific countries, because that also could be quite helpful. First of all, I did notice a lot that in the... Wait a second. I did notice quite a lot that in Europe, the French alliance does quite well. They often, if you're on, I mean, usually the side you're on does worse. So, but generally the French side does quite well in Europe, but horribly in America, because if you're on the French side, the USA have big trouble surviving against 2 major countries with Canada and Mexico. And the anti-French side is obviously stronger in the Americas, but in Europe they're a little weaker, generally. Can change from game to game, but like I said, generally it's like that. Now, it's very important in this game to realize how to keep your allies alive. So, for example, if you play on either the French or the anti-French side, do keep Scandinavia alive, your side. Do keep the Americas alive, and do keep your African front alive, because, like I said, like I haven't said it, what is very important is the corners of the map, very important. Generally, Austria has no chance, so don't even try to save them, they're horrible. But, yeah, keep your Scandinavian front alive, keep your American front alive, and try to keep your African front alive. Because usually if one African side loses, then all the troops, they get spammed into Europe, and that's usually quite powerful for one side, for the side it's on. And I'm gonna get right into the news. I mean the countries. Let's get into the news! I'll start off with the 3 best 1-star countries and the 3 best 2-star countries and the last 3 best 3-star countries. 3rd best 1-star country, I think Morocco does quite a good job. Usually the strategy is generally to... I kind of don't want to lose my save with Bavaria, so I'm just going to show this. Usually the strategy is to, with Morocco, to crash into Algeria with the Spanish help, and from then on you just push for everything, and you still donate to your Canadian and Mexican allies in the beginning especially. And from then on it shouldn't be too bad. Just like I said, generally if you play on the anti-French side, just donate to Mexico and Canada. You'll have to just dump so much money in it, because if you don't, the Americans will conquer the Americas, the North, the USA people, I don't know, the Americans obviously. They will, if you're on their side, they will destroy your team, and yeah, take Morocco, destroy Algeria, donate to the Americas, and that should be quite okay. Maybe still try to keep the Swedes alive, also by donating obviously. Anyway, at number 2, I think that Bavaria is quite doable. I'm playing them right now, and as you see, I find it quite easy to capture Austria. Then Russia, I mean, in the moment I'm still struggling a little bit, but Russia shouldn't be a too big issue long term, and your allies can defeat Egypt, and I mean, I just donated a little bit to them, and I tried to keep America alive with some donations, and yeah, they're still alive. And if I donate enough to them, long term I might be able to save them, and I might be able to land there, but yeah, keep your allies alive. At number 1, which was recommended a lot to me, which seems quite easy, is Sicily. Now Sicily starts out a major front. They are surrounded by allies of them, And you can go and dump on Egypt, you can go and prepare some troops, send them there preemptively, try to take out Egypt as fast as possible. Then with the rest of the troops, you're gonna just send them through Austria and just destroy all of the Russians. Should be quite nice, you have a lot of assistance. And I mean, you have to just find out when your American front, your friends are kind of collapsing. When that moment arrives, try to send as much money as possible. Because I never can be bothered if the total French, the total American side lose. I can't be bothered to actually go and conquer these places, because my god, it's annoying to capture a whole continent. It's gonna take like 70 rounds more if you have to go from Europe and send like a bajillion troops to America. It's not fun, don't recommend it. Try to keep your allies alive, and then you can land in America, or your allies actually manage to win. The 2-star countries, the best I found is Denmark as number 3. They're also very typical. Send your troops to Sweden, destroy the Swedes. And a little tip is to take Greenland and send invasions to Canada, because like that you can help the Americans without having to send too much money. But if you can capture 1-2 cities, it's already going to start steamrolling, and you're maybe going to be able to rush full of Canada while you're also rushing the Russians. And yeah, like I said, maybe don't even have to go into as much as Denmark. Just keep America alive, keep Algeria alive. Europe shouldn't be too bad if you take out Sweden and then go for Russia, and then you can destroy Prussia. Anyway, quite doable. I honestly find the 2-star countries are almost the easiest to do in this conquest, funnily enough. Then a second place is Prussia, and yeah, Prussia is really hard in the beginning. You have to try to survive the wave of onslaught of troops. But once you did that, you have to keep Blücher in Berlin, spam out some units, and once you've survived the first onslaught, take Poland out, then you can, with the help of Russia and everybody, you can go take out France. And the good thing is, on the anti-French side, you can always have 2 countries to donate to, Mexico and Canada, so donate to both of them. And if you're on their side, they will take out USA eventually, but sometimes they forget Greenland, which is quite annoying. At number 1, what I found to be super easy, which is the only conquest I can imagine being easy as even the beginner, is Sweden. Now Sweden, you just take out Denmark, you start donating a crap ton of money to once again the Canadians and the Mexicans, and from then on I found it quite easy. You just capture these 2, the Danes, and then you can already have a direct route into France, and once you're attacking France, they'll collapse quite soon. Like I said, Sweden's super easy. The 3-star countries I found to be super hard, because usually, yeah, they're just really hard to do. Now I haven't played this country myself, which I rank at number 3, but I can imagine it to be quite useful, because the English, the Brits, have some troops in Iberia, they have some troops in North America, and obviously in England. So what you can try to do is send some troops to take out Denmark. You almost have to be guaranteed to grab a city in the USA, because you have some troops there. If you can do that, I think the whole USA campaign should be super easy, and then you can just produce, and with the help of the Canadians and the Mexicans, you should be able to kill off the Americans without even too big of an effort. And in Iberia, if you could take a city, those would be quite ideal. But I don't think it's as necessary as grabbing American city. That's almost as crucial for your whole conquest. But I can imagine it to be quite easy. At number 2 is one of the weakest links, and if you're on the French side, that's always the Americans, because they tend to fall. So you play them yourself, then it could be quite helpful. I have tried this before, and I focused my troops on Canada, destroyed the Canadians, then I turned my attention around to Mexico, destroyed them, and yeah, tried to invade in Europe and still donated a bit and tried to keep those allies alive, which are worse alive. But I think Russia was in a desolate state. It wasn't a lot of fun, and I think I even didn't play to the end, because like I said, I can't be bothered taking out a whole continent by myself, just too much effort. But what I found to be the best 3-star country is Russia. Now first of all, Russia starts out with a good economy, with some good generals, really good generals, and you'll have to focus a lot of fronts, that I'll have to tell you. You have to keep this whole super long board, you have to keep going. You'll have to try to take out the Ottomans. I managed to get Tbilisi quite easily. And if you can do that, then you can start pouring your troops in. And then, yeah, you can also, the good thing is the huge Russian economy. I sent a lot of money to Mexico and Canada, and they actually took out USA fairly easily. But don't go over your, also, like, it's a bit of a general tip, don't go over your unit limit, or at least try to, and if you do, just very slightly, because if you can't do that, then you don't have enough money, which is maybe for you not so bad, but for your allies, which you have to support, it's super bad. So yeah, generally, support your allies, keep them alive, and it's a super hard conquest. I sometimes got quite annoyed, and like, I have rage quit far too many times. Some maybe tricky, also quite good countries which could be useful is maybe Spain, because if you can take out France quickly, I don't really see a problem. Then you can again donate to the Canadians and the Mexicans, and I could imagine it not to be so hard, and you can even aid the Moroccans taking out Algeria. And maybe also Portugal, same idea, go and take out France, aid the Spanish, and it could be quite doable. And what I also read online is that Poland can be kind of easy if you just rush and take out the Russians. But I think you have to have quite good generals and very high tech for that. And yeah, maybe. I have also played Egypt, but the problem with Egypt was I actually did very well on my front, took out Algeria and was like halfway through the Ottoman Empire. But all of my other allies just have fallen by that time, and I, like I said, usually I can't be bothered taking out the whole freaking front. But maybe you do, maybe you enjoy it. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. It would be cool if you take the time every day and join the Discord, as I've said in the beginning. Anyways, I'm gonna ramble on now. I'm just gonna stop. Have a nice day, have a nice evening, have a nice whatever. Hope you're not as hot as I am, because my god, in Europe it's really hot. Anyways, goodbye.